What's going on, world? It's Brothers to Death. Hashtag BTD. I just want to say, hope everyone is being safe out there. Hope everybody's blessed. I know it's been a long time since you personally seen our faces on the channel. We've been doing a lot of content and a lot of things. So today is a very important video. I forgot to say, and we back with another video. Again, today is a very important video. Some of the stuff you might have heard, some of the stuff you might haven't. If you want to take notes, grab a piece of paper and some pen. This could be some life-saving tips that I'm about to give you guys. I was thinking over the last couple days, and these are just things I brainstormed and I'm gonna share with you guys. All right, number one, land. You definitely want to get you some land if it's possible. Land can provide income. Land can provide shelter. It can provide food. You can have gardens. You can build yourself a homestead. You don't need a lot of land, honestly, to do what you need to do to survive. You don't need, hundreds of acres and stuff like that. You don't need a whole lot. I've been watching a lot of videos and stuff. Trust me, you don't need a whole lot. You'd be surprised what you can do with a little bit of land. Get it now if you can, before it's too late. All right? A lot of people been doing a lot of crazy things out here. So if you're going to get it while it's getting is good. Also, I thought about farming. We need to start going back to growing our own vegetables, our own fruits, our own herbs. Because there's going to come a time where the accessibility of just walking or driving to a store is no longer going to be good. No longer going to be a service. Okay, as we can see what's going on now worldwide, the EBT, the SNAP is down. Some are receiving, some are not. People are struggling, right? So you want to learn how to farm. Okay, there's different farming you can do. Greenhouse you can do on your land. The possibilities is endless. Build you a home, build you shelter, right? There's different types of homes you can make that are low cost but very self-efficient. You got pallet homes out of pallets. You can do a bale hay home, cabin style home. You can use shipping containers. Um, there's a lot of things you can do. If you have the money, you can even get a modular house brought to you, and then it'll literally unfold. You just snap it together, and you have shelter, right? Like I said before, a greenhouse, so you can keep your vegetables, your exotic fruits, things that need to be more delicately taken care of. Put those in your greenhouse. Stock up. Stock up on clothes. Stock up on food, non-perishable foods. Stock up on survival gear. I did a previous video about some survival gear that we have. If you want to go check that out, it's down in our channel. It's called Survival Gear. Broke down a lot of different good things, very useful. All right. You want to stock up on medical supplies, okay? Different medicine. If anybody has any health conditions, you're gonna want to see if you can get all the refills that you can. Then also, really, we need to do away with that type of stuff, anyways. We need to go back to, as we see, earth, right? This plant right here could have medicinal use. This could be vegetation. This could be food, right? Also, there's an app that you can use. You can literally scan a plant and it'll tell you if it's edible, how to grow it, what it is, and all that, right? That's why the phones are still up. That's what I mean. That's why I'm doing this video. The stuff that I'm saying, do it now before it's too late, okay? If you have any health issues, if you have teeth problems, things that surgeries, things that you need to get it done now, okay? Because hospitals around the world are starting to shut down, okay? The emergency rooms in different states are shutting down, okay? So that's very bad, all right? For the like-minded people, for the people who are awake, who really know what's going on, it's time we do away with the system. They're taking away things that we pay for through taxes and other sources. Okay, fine. Let's not deal with Thanksgiving. Excuse me. Let's not deal with Christmas. These are their biggest income seasons, right? Let's hit them where it hurts, okay? There may come a time where they may try to take obsessive control of resources, transportation, energy, um, things of that nature, right? Be prepared. A lot of things on the horizon, okay? Do your research on the year 2030. I'm not going to say too much. Sometimes you got to do your research. Because if I give you everything, then you're not doing it for yourself, right? I can give you the water, but you got to drink it, okay? There may be a time where the IDs become digital. They call it digital ID. That's very bad, okay? They can track everything that you do. They can cut you off if you don't go with the narrative. They can cut off your health supply, your food supply, and everything like that. They're going to be implementing that stuff soon as well, okay? That plays into the year 2030, all right? Do your research, look it up. Find like-minded people, people that are on the same wavelength that you're on, people who think the same, people who are trying to go off grid, people who are trying to be self-sufficient, live on their own, okay? Because as we can see, we can't depend on the ones in power, right? We should have never allowed this to happen in the first place. Look where we look at the state of our people. Not just our nation, just the whole world. Look at it. It's in shambles. Everything's falling apart. The economy, health, infrastructure, just humanity in general. It's like on a major decline. But also you have the other side of the Great Awakening. There's a separation. There's a divide that's going on right now. Now it's the time that you're gonna have to choose what side you're gonna be on. Because if you don't get this digital ID, like the scripture says, you're not gonna be able to buy, sell, trade, or work. Okay? Think about it. Build a community with the same like-minded people I just spoke about, right? That way y'all can work together. Use a barter system, because when cash, and if you're not going to be attached to the grid, so you're not doing the digital stuff, how are you going to get things that someone else might have that you need? You may have to trade something that you have. That's the way it was back then. We used a barter system, okay? Get a physical map, okay, of your local area and the whole nation, the whole region, okay? Because there's a future map that's been circulating that explains and shows by a certain date how the geography of the U.S. is going to be, okay? The East Coast and West Coast, you don't want to be there. I'm not going to say too much. Think about it. Do your research. Look at the history. Look at the future. Look at the moment. See what's going on. Have exit plans. When things hit the fan and it's time to go, you already know what to do. Okay? Get yourself some walkie-talkies. Okay? Have a bug out bag with your survival gear, something you can grab. Throw it on your back. You're gone. Something quick, something fast. All right? Definitely, you need a form of protection. Whatever you're comfortable with and you're good at, use it. There may be a time you may have to defend yourself. Okay? Herbs, like I said, stock up on it. All right? There's going to be a lot of solar flares hitting the earth. A lot of things are going to be happening with the weather, earthquakes. You just seen what happened over there in Jamaica out of nowhere. A lot of things are about to start happening to this world, y'all. Okay? Don't forget, if you know, you got Three-Eye Atlas. We're still trying to wait to figure out what that is. Some people say it's a mothership. Some people say it's other things. It's to be determined. So that's something else to look out for, right? And like I said, the year 2030 is very vital. Very, very important. You're going to want to get yourself together internally, mentally, physically, spiritually, and soulfully, right? Because by 2030, a lot of things are going to happen, okay? And in the year 2030, something major is supposed to happen. I will do another video about that, talking about it in more depth. All right. So again, I'm gonna give a quick run through. Land, farming, build shelter, greenhouses, stock up, stock up on medical supplies and medicine. Get all health issues dealt with as soon as possible. Hospitals are shutting down. We need to start, like I said, stock up on food so that way when SNAP and things that you've been depending on for all these years, it will have no effect on you. Let's detach from the system. The digital ID is on the horizon. Find like-minded people. Build a community if possible. Get physical maps. Have exit plans. Have a bug out bag, survival gear in it, ready to go. A form of protection. Herbs. Let's stop dealing with man-made medicine. Everything for anything that you have, it's right here. You just have to do your research. You have to forage. You have to go out here and put in that work. Okay? It's not going to just be given to you. We have to save ourselves. Okay? Look out for 3-Eye Atlas. That could be a major event. Solar flares are going to be hitting the earth. Get ready for that. And like I said, the year 2030, do your research. All right? This is not for fear. This is not to scare anyone. This is so you can be prepared, so you can have the steps and things done that's necessary to protect yourself and your family. Okay? That's what it's all about. Family is all we got. Okay? If you're going to do right, let's do right by humanity. If you're going to do it, this is the best time to get together. Somebody got to do it. Bruh, it's death. Gone.